Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. This is my Stunt Jumper pinball toy, which I've already talked about on my Triple H series. What this video is about is not exactly this. It's a pinball game for iOS, and I believe it's on Android as well. But I wanted to just first showcase this pinball toy that I have, because it's this is all sort of related. There's a group on Facebook called Pinball Electronica, and the main guy who runs their YouTube channel for those guys, Willie, he also does the Arcade USA YouTube videos, and I really like Willie's stuff. But what I like with the Pinball Electronica group that they've kind of formed is they talk about pinball machines and pinball toys and video games that are based on pinballs that you might want to check out, among which are things like this stunt jumper. Now, I really like my stunt jumper, and I like any excuse to show it off. Now, I've been watching a lot of their stuff and commenting on their videos, and I even mentioned a game that was out for iOS a little while ago. It was a Final Fantasy based one, and unfortunately it doesn't run on my iDevice that I have. It's an iPod Touch. So I mentioned it to Willie and crew and said, hey, really looking forward to you guys reviewing this one, because it kind of interested me. And then Willie said, well, they were a little bit busy, but hey, if you want to do a video, go for it. Unfortunately, as I say, it didn't really run on my machine, and so I kind of left it at that. But I have recently found a game on iOS that I do want to do a review of, and I'm gonna post this over to Willie's group and just say, hey, I didn't do that other review, but maybe you'd like this one, because this is a really cool game. I'm really enjoying it a lot. Now, what is my pinball machine? What is the stunt jumper sitting on here? It's actually related. This is, just get this out of the way. This is a blanket that I picked up at the Vancouver Retro Gaming Expo that I actually used to kind of house the stunt jumper pinball machine in its box. So there was no original packaging, and that thing going in and out of its box, every time I played it, I was worried it might get scratched. So I just I picked up this Tron blanket here, and it's been really working well for me. And you've probably seen from the thumbnail of this video, what I'm about to play is a pinball game, but it has this cool sort of a Tron theme to it. And here is the game itself. It's called PinOut, and I'm going to show you some gameplay in a second, but what is really nice about this game, not only the very cool Tron theme and the pinball game itself, but it has a lot of nice adjustment features that make it run really well no matter what kind of device you have. And I like their free-to-play model. You can play as much as you want, and you don't have to buy it. You will, if you pay for it, actually be able to continue on from different levels, but if you don't, then you're starting from scratch. And honestly, that has kind of an old-school arcade charm to it. You just got to put your quarter in and start again from scratch. Let me go through one quick game here and try it out just so you can see what the game is like. Now, before I start the game, you can play like standard old pinball style like this. For the purpose of this video, and also just generally for playing, I'm actually going to stick my thumbs way up here, because most of the action is down in this part of the screen, and it's a lot easier for doing the flippers if I stick my thumbs way up there. Anyway, let me start a game, and we'll show you what it's like. So here's the game. Basically, you've got this one pinball in sort of an endless maze of pinball locations, or I guess it's like a little world that you just want to continue to get the ball to go through. You've got multiple different flippers, you've got these neat little loop-de-loos, and as you can see there, I'm picking up these white dots. Those actually extend your time. That's really the only limitation on this game, is how long you've got. If you run out of time, that's the end of the game. So it's not like you ever lose the ball. If it goes down below where you're currently playing, it will make it a lot harder, and you have to redo a lot of these sections like I'm currently doing. Oh, there we go. Oh, almost got it up the ramp. Yeah, so if you lose the ball between the flippers, you're sort of stuck going through that whole level again. Now this is really cool. This is level 2. Wow, this is the second level. They actually start you on level 0, and this is technically called level 1 that we're on right now. But it's got a neat, I don't know, like a Star Trek Borg vibe to it. The cool green colors are really awesome, and I love both the sound effects and the music in this game. They're amazing. I mean, they really capture that sort of Tron 80s arcade kind of a feeling to it. See if I can just get this up the ramp. There we go. Now, every once in a while you unlock these little mini games. This is Laser Razor, and basically this is like High Speed, the pinball machine, where you want to use the flippers to maneuver your car back and forth here. Let's give this a whirl. And you do want to play through this and get as high of a score as you can every time, because what this does, oh, well, didn't do very well, got 12. They're going to add 12 seconds to my time, so you really want to do as well as you can in that section. Time is very important in this game. Without it, you're going to, well, it's going to be game over. And again, if you don't buy the game, if you just play the free version, you'll be starting again from level 0. Oh no! Okay, that's bad. I lost my progress a little bit there. Oh man, I'm really doing badly here. This is going to be a short one, but that's okay. I've gotten as far as the 4th level, or the 4th world, which is for some reason called level 3. And at that point, the complexity of these worlds gets pretty intense. Like it's shoot, I lost it again. It's sort of this, you know, you want to carefully get the ball to loop-de-loo around and get into different areas. What I might do is have a second game after this one where I make it a little bit farther, just so you get an idea of just how complicated these worlds get. One minor complaint I do have is the ball physics are not perfect, but you know what? I think it's actually on purpose, because what you're basically doing, as you can see here, is you're just trying to get the ball to go up these different ramps, right? And if they made it very, very realistic ball physics, it would be virtually impossible. Oh, there's a pickup there. See if I can get the pickup. Nope, missed it. Yeah, if they made the ball physics completely realistic, then you would probably be where I am right now and not getting the ball to go where you want it to go. So they do kind of shoehorn it a bit. If you're close to one of the ramps, I think they will cheat and nudge it a little bit in the right direction for you. It's a little bit like playing a first-person shooter on a console where like you've got that aim assist. Basically, that's what you've got here. This pinball machine, ooh, on to the next level. Okay, now we're getting hard. Yeah, the game will give you a little bit of an aim assist and get the ball to at least go closer to where you want it to get to. Now I should probably turn the music down on this level because there is actually a lady singing, and I don't know about copyright rules for music. Maybe if I just keep talking. Really great music though. Come on, get over there. Yeah. Okay, this is very difficult. And I'm running out of time. So I'm probably going to be, this is probably as far as I'm going to get. See if I can at least get up that last, there we go. Ooh, I got a bit more time. I don't think it'll be enough though. Like I say, time is your friend in this game. That's basically what you're living for. You can never lose the ball. You only have one ball to play with. But you can't lose time, because that means you never get to the end of the level. And I think that's going to happen here. Yeah, what a great game. And honestly, I'm very, very pleased. I think I'm going to actually buy this even though it doesn't really require it. I think it's just a great, great pinball game. There we go. Game over. Now, if I wanted to continue, I would have to have the full version. In fact, if I try to right now, it's going to tell me, oh yeah, you want to continue on level 2? No problem. Oh wait, you have to buy it. But honestly, I'm kind of okay with that. I might end up buying it. I just wanted to show you the free version to begin with. So here's the very beginning of the level again. If you don't do anything, that ball will not drain away. It will just keep bouncing around until you actually start the endless run up the different worlds there. So that's really, really nice. I mean, it's a different type of a pinball game, but it's really well done. There was one other thing I wanted to show you here. In the menu, if you look at the bottom here where it says functional, that actually allows you to cycle between 3 different graphic levels. There's the second one, and there's a third one, so that's extreme. I've been playing on functional, the bare minimum settings. Let me show you what number 2 is like. Now, my iPod Touch is a 5th generation. It's not the latest, it's the previous one to that. So some games are a little choppy on it. Hence that Final Fantasy pinball thing that I recommended to Willie at first. Yeah, it doesn't play worth a darn on this machine. But with the second level of graphics, you get this nice sort of fog effect and stuff going on here. But it's a little bit slower on this machine. So I guess if you've got the latest and greatest iOS machine, or I guess Android, I haven't actually checked to see if this is available for Android yet. This would probably run just as smoothly as the previous graphic settings. But I really like the fact that the developers, they call themselves mediocre, but they are anything but. The developers actually made, varying levels of graphical quality so that you end up with the ability to adjust it to be running the best it can on your particular device. Ooh, all the way around the loop-de-loo there. Let's try the most extreme graphic level. So that was number 2, that was balanced. Now we're going to play number 3, which is extreme and will probably run really, really choppy. Okay, yeah, now this is really, my machine's having a hard time with this. But of course this will be with all of the little graphical extras. You've got nice lens flare capability on here. All kinds of really, really ways to make the game look a lot more sexy. But it is going to run super choppy on my machine. So I'm going to go back to functional, the minimum level of specs. There you go. There is PinOut on iOS. I'll put a link below to both this version and the one for Android. I assume it's for Android. I really like what Mediocre have done here. They've made a great little Tron Endless Runner pinball machine. So I might end up buying the full version of this. I really like it. And I hope Willie and crew from Pinball Electronica enjoy this as well. Until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.